Hey, Conor from Neversink Farm here, and just wanted to give a tour of the varieties I'm growing this year. Did change things out a little bit, and that's because we have a farm store now and kind of thinking about what's going to look good in there. And this first one, this is Cherokee Purple. They've been growing exceedingly fast this year. I don't know why. You know, things just change every year. It's early May, and I mean, they're already 7, 8 feet high. And, you know, the production is pretty good. You know, it's not bad. It's a lot of tomatoes. We're kind of behind on harvesting. On the other side of the Cherokee Purples is Brandywine, and we keep them on the same row opposite because they seem to grow at the same rate, even though the Cherokees are growing faster. And this year we haven't been sending any feed down the irrigation. The irrigation has just been water, but we've been feeding them on the surface and then either zipping it in with a zipper or using a wire weeder to cultivate it in. I don't know, they've still been growing really, really well. And here on this side we have a new one that I've never grown before. It's Gin Fizz from Johnny's. And I can't say much about it. It's growing a bit slower. I don't know why. You can see it's not as tall. We're gonna see. You know, it seems to be less productive, but you know, it's always hard to tell. And then back over here, we do a full row of Big Dinas. And we always have some greenhouse variety of a beefsteak. And Big Dina done for like, I don't know, 5 years. And we did another one before that, Geronimo, I think. But this is always good to have a beefsteak variety because people love them, and the greenhouse varieties grow like crazy. You can see they're just loaded with nice big slicing tomatoes. And here we have, these are the last of the beets coming out. I mean, you can see they're freaking honkers. They love growing in here. They're gigantic. All right, now we're gonna go back around here and we'll see you see we got ginger growing on the sides. Just because it's heated in here, the ginger loves it. Then over here, these are the granaderos. In terms of a paste tomato, they're just one of the most productive, and I don't know, you know, a San Marzano or other paste tomatoes, they, for some reason, get blossom rot. Yeah, blossom end rot on the ends, but granaderos seem to be resistant to it. You know, even if your calcium's right and your soil's balanced, you can still get that blossom end rot on a lot of paste tomatoes, but these are working great. You can see how just loaded, you know, with fruit, like granadero is. And what we do is we freeze these for the winter. Right, so anything that doesn't sell immediately goes into the freezer, and we're making sauces all winter. Sauces, soups, they freeze just incredibly well. You don't have to do anything to them either. You just put them in a bag and put them in the freezer. And then here what we have is a collection of cherry tomatoes, and they have a nice striped yellow, orange, green. And that just looks great in a box. And then we have some sakuras. They're nice and big. Red tomatoes, black cherries. And black cherries just are so productive. Here, these are them. You can see there's just so many tomatoes on each plant. And they're just starting to ripen. Right? You know, and those are just a great color combination. And I just turned down the water. I was watering a lot, and now I've turned it down a bit. Here's our toad. He lives in here, and he loves eating the bad bugs. I think we actually have two, right? Because otherwise he's getting big one day and small the other day. The other guy is bigger than this. So I'm watering for about 45 minutes a day when I used to be watering about 2 hours. Here you can see as our beneficials. We have a Phidias in here now. And that's just preventative so that we don't get any aphids. We never get them in here because we're always put some preventative beneficials in here, and then works out. So we're just starting to lower them. They're just ready to take off early May, and I'm really, really happy with them. You know, I've put in a system to warm the water. I think it's made a huge difference early on to get the soil nice and warm, because you know, tomato plants don't like cold feet. They don't produce as well, and I really think that's why it's been growing so well. I don't have another explanation. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take a look around if you want, and you know, if you like the video, give it a like, give it a share, subscribe, and till next time.